If I was still in the slide, my back would have been shattered. I was reported for raising money for the LGBT society.
Do you feel at all responsible for taking away Shania's ex-boyfriend?
This is the question she said, don't put in.
No, he's not coming.
What?
He's not coming.
No, he said, mate, I said I got to do shit at 8 and don't want to come
Right,
in.
he's got to work out, hasn't he?
He's got to do a workout. He's
got
a
to work out.
fucking mom. And you know what? I'm saying this to the camera. Bryce is a
We are
fucking
recording
mom.
currently.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first ever episode of The Shot Ones, the show where we get students from the Northern School of Art and get them rather drunk and ask them some personal questions. For our first ever guest, we have a man with over 3,000 subscribers, 4 million views, a film connoisseur and a Lego movie stop motion animator. It's Samuel BURT. Round of applause please. It's a pleasure having you as my first guest. So, how do you feel?
Pretty excited. It's going to go good.
It's an honour.
I am.
So, do you know anything about this game?
Nah, mate, can you explain it to me, please?
Let me. So we've got a range of alcohol here, starting from peach schnapps at 15%, ranging to Jack Daniel's whiskey at 40%. What we'll be doing, I'll be asking various questions, and between each questions we'll be taking a shot, starting from the low percentage, making our way up the mountain to the high percentage. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I just want to clarify, I don't know what the questions are going to be.
He has no idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, these shots are going to be quite spicy to the throat, so what better to wash it down with some Cameron Strong Arm.
Cameron's is well, it's not sponsored, but you can see out the window the brewery that makes Strong Arm. It's where these are only made at the brewery, which you can see out the window. Absolutely beautiful beer. We'd like them to sponsor us, but they haven't yet. But we're still, you know.
This beer,
Sue us. That's what I see.
this beer was brewed only 5 minutes away, only the other day. This is fresh from the tap. You can't get more fresher, which means it will be perfect for me and you to wash down the very sour taste of these very powerful drinks. So
These
please,
are fresh and you can't get fresher. We should have had these on freshers.
so please, I'll hand these drinks to Robbie, who will open them for us very kindly.
Hurry up.
God, do you think we have all day? While we're waiting for that, let's get on to our first question.
I swear down.
Shit, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry.
Are you disrespecting our guest?
sorry.
You disrespecting our fucking guest. Thank you for that. Welcome back. So let's just get on to our first shot. So what we have is peach schnapps at a nice 15%. Could you pour this for us, Robbie?
Yeah.
What do you think I have all day? Do you think I have all hours? Right, should we get on to the first question? So I'd like to start simple, and I'd like to start asking you about the Lego stop motion. How long have you been doing this for? And just explain what it is.
I've been doing it since I was 11. I started in my loft. I liked Star Wars and I wanted to make massive battle scenes, and I couldn't do that with my mates and the budget. I was 11. I had no money, but what I did have was Lego. So I did.
We all had Lego.
Yeah, we did. So I was just weird about it, and took pictures and moved it. I spent ages in my loft in it. They were all really terrible, but you know, and then I'd take them into things like paint, do some special effects. I did lightning. I'll send you that, and things like that. And then, but that was before I could even focus the camera. So all the footage is just really blurry, but you can still make it out a little bit.
Do you know what? I'll shot to that.
Right. I've come in a suit, right, but you just can't make doing shots look classy.
No, not really.
You know what I mean?
It's just, look
Quite
at
a
it.
look
A
less-
Superman
a look
glass.
less classy
A Superman shot
doing
glass.
it like
It looks tacky.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just ask. I want you to talk about the grueling process of stop motion as a whole.
I don't think I don't look at it as grueling. It takes a long time, yeah, but if it's something I enjoy because it's making a film and you can feel like you're actually doing something. If you just shut yourself away in a room, put some headphones on, listen to scary stories and your favourite songs, it's really therapeutic. and it's quite relaxing.
Do you see there's a future in this?
What's wrong now?
Is there a problem?
No.
Does the audience have a problem?
No.
Did you pay to come here?
Ethan, I said if she started taking the mick out of me.
I'm not having this. I said we've had this conversation
She
before.
was doing it before, Ethan.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'll
She
drink to
called me
that.
twin two again.
Do you see a future in Lego stop motion?
I do, as far as my hobby is concerned. Right now, films are like my main career, but that's where
Yeah, obviously.
that's where like you know the general.
Do you know what? I appreciate that remark. Let's
Oh,
shot to that.
Okay. It's cut me off.
As host do.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an appropriate question to go straight into. Why are you here? Why have you joined the Northern School of Art?
It was either here or London. I didn't want to move to London, just because of the atmosphere. I didn't want to be too far away from home as well.
So basically what you're saying is you'd rather pay for 65p for bread rather than £2.60.
Yeah.
That's
£5
fair
pints in
enough.
London.
I'd probably say I'm in a
And
similar
you
boat.
don't get strong arm in London, and that reminds me of our video sponsor, Strong Arm Beer. Thank you, Cameron.
Cameron's brewed 3 minutes away. It's a fucking brilliant drink. You can't ask for anything better. It's a ruby ale of the gods. And you know what? For that, let's shot. Our shot to you, Strong Arm. Let's wash that down. I'm so glad the audience appreciate your humour. So anyway, for the people who don't know, I believe you are currently in a relationship.
Yeah.
So let's talk Shania.
My left hand now,
Shania, so how long have you been with Shania?
yeah. Just over 2 months.
2 months. How did you meet?
Well, you were there, so was Robbie. Freshers week. We hadn't met anybody. There was a big group of people in this room now, and they were all watching TV, and we'd been. It was like Saturday or something. We'd been drinking since 6 o'clock, and it was now like 9 o'clock, and we came staggering in, and I looked around for a place to sit because I was out of it. And then went to sit down on a chair, but hit the sofa and fell over. But the person who was on the sofa was Shania, and that was our romantic introduction. Her seeing me like hit the deck.
And that was in September.
That was in September.
Yeah,
So I
you
did
didn't
well.
get together
Nah.
till November, actually.
Nah,
and I
nah.
believe she did have a boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. How did we progress from your first meeting to you getting into a relationship in November?
Well, I mean, I liked her. Well,
You liked it. Let's shot to that,
Okay, yeah.
I believe.
like, can you repeat the question? Wait, I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, right.
It's just
We'll,
weird.
we'll skip to the
I
last
love
question.
her so much. Ooh.
One more question, possibly. Who wears the trousers? We have to know.
In between me and
Between you and Shania, who wears the trousers? Awkwardness. I'll shot to that.
Yeah.
Class.
I know.
Who wears the trousers? Just
Me.
you are. You. You believe you are.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a rumour going around. And I just want to clear this up for the cameras and for myself as a
Right,
person.
yeah.
Do you feel at all responsible for taking away Shania's ex-boyfriend, who she was with during September and October?
This is the question she said don't put in.
For the cameras,
Yeah.
do you feel at all
No.
responsible?
You put me on the spot now.
Do you feel-
You've got me a little bit.
Do you feel at all responsible?
Because we did prees before this as well. Like this. So. Bruh. This is done. I'm gonna get.
Shania, remember?
Well, that was
I-
the aim of the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
To get in there and like end it. I don't think I was responsible
Right.
entirely. He wasn't.
Did you ever have a conversation about this?
Problems. I mean, I didn't. When I was like grafting, I didn't really want to talk about her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
obviously.
like that's something you would do, man. You know, that's not something. If I wasn't there, would they still be together? Nah.
Exactly.
So nah.
You are not a bad man. You and Shania was destiny.
Don't say that, mate. We might break up next week, you know. I don't know.
This is going to be a very awkward video to watch in a year's time if they are not still together.
No,
Anyway,
yeah.
let's
I've
talk
just-
about
I've just
charity.
shouted that. I don't. I was obviously
Right.
sarcastic.
Let's shot to that.
Okay, yes.
This is the worst one.
kept it in my mouth as well to taste it.
That is the worst one.
I was actually, yeah. Okay.
Let's just go into it. This is a question I want to ask.
Yeah.
People want to know. You're a charitable person. You've told me all of it in the past. You've done many charity events. Talk me through it, man.
Well, when I was in I was in college. I was part of the footy team called Paralympiakos. There's a team called Olympiakos, and because we're so funny, we put para in front of it.
Right.
So that was our 60-side team. And then when we got to college, I had a mate called Atticus who also had a footy team.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, Sam, let's play a full 11-side game." And the stakes were high. You know, there was a lot of beef in it. A lot of social media rivalry going on. And but we turned it into a charity match. We did 2 matches. He beat me in the first one, and I beat him in the second one. Last day.
Correct me if you're wrong. One of the charities that you did a match for was the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Mate, doing that in college was a nightmare because everybody thought we were taking the piss. Literally, I was reported for raising money for the LGBT society. They went to the head teachers about me because they thought, you know, it was a mick take. But really, there was a big LGBT society following in Pride in my college. So we wanted to make this footy match massive. So one, we appealed to them, and 2, we thought it'd be cool to because footy's quite a masculine sport.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I do footy, I'm a lad. You know what I mean? So we thought we'd flip that around a little bit and
which I get is poetic.
challenge stereotypes a little bit. Yeah.
And do you know what?
So bad.
I appreciate what he did.
Let's shot to that.
I appreciate what he did. Let's shot to the LGBT community. You're not even gonna clap, yeah.
Sorry, I did it early. We want to get it over with.
Oh, that is something else. That is
me.
it's not nice. That is not what you want to wake up to. Yeah. That's not what I want for breakfast. This is the segment where we stand up for 10 seconds and let the alcohol race to our brain. So before we do that, I read an article recently.
Well, thank our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legend.
Applause.
Oh, L, mate, be quiet.
Anyway, like I said, I read an article recently that...
And you, Erman, I don't know what you're looking at.
An article recently that basically says that if you drink loads of alcohol sitting down, the second you stand up for only 10 seconds, the alcohol actually raises to your head and you become more drunker. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's hold my hand when I do this. Hold my hand. Yeah. 9, 10. Do you feel it all a little bit drunker?
Nah.
Just wait.
I'm fine, anyway.
I'm fine.
Not lightweight, you know what
Right. Jack Daniels for me. Get it on. We're boosting it up now. We're boosting it up. This might be an odd question for you, but I just want you to tell me about your twin.
I mean? Ethan.
Yeah.
You're also Ethan.
I'm also Ethan. Yeah, Ethan. But,
I know, yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was
the first person I met in uni was called Ethan, and I've just gotten away from an Ethan. It was mad. Yeah, my life ambition is to beat my twin. Just be better than my twin. And I've got 7 years, because at the minute he's in medical school, and at the end of the 7 years, he's guaranteed a job as a doctor. El's recording it. But I don't care. Mate, it's being recorded anyway, what are you doing? Alright, Kenny. He's guaranteed a job as a doctor. That's not what he wants to do indefinitely, but at 25 he's going to be a doctor.
But that's the degree he's going for, right?
Yeah, no, but he wants to be
So for anyone that doesn't know, Sam's twin brother is doing a degree in medicine.
I'm in art school. I'm in art uni, which is good, but my twin is a medical school. So which one do you think my parents talk about first? But yeah.
The man that plays with Lego at 19.
Oh jeez. Ethan, I went through years of this. Lego animation, haha, that's so funny.
The thing is,
I actually didn't.
I know you didn't, because I think it's the coolest fucking thing. You know I love your Lego animation. I love the Lego animation anyway. Yeah. I think stop motion as a whole, stop motion as an art, I think it's just fucking brilliant. And do you know what, we should shot to that. We should shot to that. See, segue. Oh, I wish that was nice.
My ultimate aim is to beat Ethan. Be better. So I've got 7 years to be like an acclaimed
thing is,
filmmaker.
You take
I know the competition is not a thing.
It really isn't. It isn't a competition.
Yeah, but Ethan, if you've grown up with someone that's exactly like you in every single way, you try your hardest to be different from each other. Then you're just not.
At the minute,
and you try.
Your brother may seem like he's on top. You know, he's playing number one in kayaking.
Oh,
is number one in medicine.
Medicine.
But, mate, if you become the next fucking like Steven Spielberg,
The thing
Quentin Tarantino, you'll be above him in so many times. You'll be wearing, while he's earning 80k a year, you'll be earning whatever the fuck you want a year.
The thing is though, with like a medical course compared to an art course, it's just stigma. Yeah, you've got to have to know a lot about art, but if you gave Ethan a camera, you couldn't make a film.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
specialists, but it's the stigma around medicine, the prestige it brings is why so many people rank it as higher, which is quite annoying, and it's elitist, and it's the same with that in film. Film's very elitist, and I don't get that. That's something that annoys me. In the fact, like, award shows and people get massive egos if they've made a good film, because, you know, oh wait, look, I've told the story really well, I must be better than everybody. Like, Tom, Dick and Harry down the pub can tell a good story.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
But
Do you know
there's so
what?
much like elitist.
I completely agree with it. And do you know what? Fuck it. I want to applause to that. I want to applause to that. Everyone clap. Because it's so much more. Just because you're aiming for a dream doesn't mean it's not achievable.
Don't you think
He's
some
aiming
people
for
are
something
born-
realistic.
Don't you think some people are born better at some things? Alright, maybe me and Ethan are identical twins and we've got the same minds, but we've gone in different directions.
Exactly.
But some people are born better at maths than other people. Better at
I edit that out.
yeah, edit that out. No, alright, I'll go from before. Some people are born better at maths, better at English, you know what I mean? And they have their own interests. That's going to give them an advantage.
Right.
So, other people are going to be destined to succeed in different things, but some are held higher than others when really, you know what I mean?
Right. What we're about to drink now is the strongest drink we'll probably drink tonight. It is a Jack Daniel's pure whiskey at 40%.
I can feel myself descending already.
It is not a nice drink. I am a big Jack Daniel's person. I like Jack Daniel's honey. I like Jack Daniel's cinnamon. Jack Daniel's as a whole, fuck that drink,
I don't
man.
want
If you mix it with anything and take the 5% away to make it 35%, it's beautiful. But a 40% Jack Daniel's whiskey is probably the worst fucking thing you could ever drink. But you know what? We'll shot to that. Are you ready? Let's clink glasses like we've never clinked before.
Clink.
I fucking love you. It never gets old. Like a farm worm. We're going to do 5 seconds. Stood up.
Alright.
Right, should we do this right now? 5, 4, 1.
Alright, that did something.
That definitely did something. Alright. Why do you fancy the same girls as Bryce?
That's an easy question. Isn't Bryce fancies the same girls as me, and it just doesn't get anywhere?
Can we, before, obviously out of context, can we just explain the whole situation? Go on.
Me, you're the one asking the questions.
I know, but I want you to explain the context.
So, Bryce fancied Shania before I got with her, and then there's like, Sam fancied Del, which I didn't.
The thing is, right, I understand that. The whole thing with Sam and Elle was a conspiracy. It was never actually proven. He ever said it himself. He showed interest, but there was never anything there. His eyes were always set on Shania. Except Bryce, hearing this rumour, instantly latched onto Elise.
Elle's over there as well, so it's just really awkward that she's staring at me.
The thing is, right, Bryce said Elle is the biggest cutie in the room.
You've done him dirty.
The thing is, he didn't turn up. He didn't turn up for the audience, so he deserves it.
Alright.
He deserves this.
Alright.
He deserves this. Now continue talking about Bryce.
What, Bryce and Shania?
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate.
It was just.
Did
Bryce succeed?
No.
That's why we're here today.
Yeah, well, Bryce didn't succeed because he had his game plan wrong. You know what I mean? He didn't have the talk, isn't he? He didn't talk. That's big.
No, I 100% agree with that.
Why are you laughing?
Audience,
I'm not
please.
Bryce.
Audience is not the host or the guest. Audience are
Why
audience.
is that actually not a me?
I'm looking at both of you.
So don't actually let
We should go out tonight. We should go to Sky.
What is it?
It's Tuesday.
It's not open actually.
You're joking. We'll make our own Sky then.
Alright.
Right, this next shot is our final shot. It's a piece of shit. So
What is
for
it?
people who are wondering, it is 90% Smirnoff with a splash of energy drink. It's not nice.
Energy drink.
Yeah. So it kind of increases
It's
the
like
blood.
it's like 8 o'clock. It's my bedtime now.
It pretty much is same. My bed clock was 2 hours ago. Fuck, I'm slim. Alright, let's go on to the last question before we get to photos. Right. What's with the bruise on your neck?
I fell over.
This is my favourite segment of the show. Explain that photo. Explain that photo.
Are we, okay.
Right. Here's the first photo. Explain the photo.
I was inquiring which one of my lad mates fancied me. I'd heard some rumours, and I wanted to capitalise on them because I'd hoped. I didn't know, but I did certainly hope that one of my mates fancied me, because I fancied them as well. But it didn't, so it was quite sad. But
Anyone wondering? It was me. The things I fancied him back, it just didn't work out at the time.
you did.
Yeah, I did, man. But then you fucked me off with Shania. Fuck, should we just do it right here? Right, let's go on to the next
I didn't
one.
know that.
Sam, I gave you every hint possible. You fucking told me that you did a charity event for LGBT community, and you think I was like, oh shit, he didn't mean that. He meant
You
it.
did.
I fucking did, bro. The entire time, bro, I was like, shit. Sam was the
I
one.
didn't know that even.
Alright, this next photo is one that includes me and Robbie, who is our man, who has been supplying us with the shots, which is now gone, and our last shot is waiting for us.
Oh, that was on like Freshers Week, right? We were all going down the lift. We were about to go out. We'd been doing pre's in here, floor 4. We were going down the lift. There's a girl in the lift who I won't name, Chloe. Ethan fancied. So he was like, "Oh, boys, let's be big." Chloe was scared of the lift, right? Ethan, "Oh mate, look at me, I'm massive. I'm not scared of the lift." Boys, he went, "Boys, on the count of 3, let's jump, because that'll really scare the ladies, you know what I mean? And that'll be really funny." So me and Robbie, absolutely pissed out, right? "Well, that's funny. Let's just do it. Let's do it." So 1, 2, 3, we jumped, mate. Big time jump, right? It carried on going, and he went again. 1, 2, 3, bang! It stopped. The jump was massive. We were stuck in the lift for 2 hours. Until we had to ring the fireman. It was Elle that rang the fireman, I think. Anyway,
Was that a shot?
It was me.
Oh shit. Fair play.
who then came and rescued us.
Oh
It's
shit.
probably died. Let me change the button. Yeah, it's dead.
Oh no. Is
When did
it
die?
safe to record though? It would have just died just then. Right, so here's the next photo.
Who
Explain.
wants servicing?
No, not even that, just the photo in general.
Oh, that was Halloween. Me, Rob, and Ethan, the 3 boys. We dressed up as 3 girls. What was Charlie's Angels? Yeah, it was Charlie's Angels.
To represent a new film that we didn't watch.
Yeah, to represent a new film that we didn't watch. I've just repeated you there. You asked for a guess, not a parody. No, just insulted myself.
For that, we'll shot to
Oh,
that.
yeah, here we go.
This is our final shot. I'm scared.
I'm not.
Alright, let's go for it. Woo!
We went up to Sky. Ironically, that night when I was dressed as a lass,
Yeah.
got the most female attention I've ever gotten. That was the night.
So did I.
Me and Shaq went
Genuinely, I don't want to preach, mate, but the amount of guys that felt my ass thinking I was a fucking female was the most disgusting fucking. Yeah, I just felt like shit. It was grim. It was like it gave me an insight on what it was like to be as a girl on a night out, and it wasn't nice. So to the lads out there watching, if you genuinely grew up any fucking girl, you should probably fucking die, because just think of what you're doing. What if they were doing it to you? Because I felt it from first hand. I felt it first hand of a guy feeling my bum. It wasn't nice, and I'll drink to that.
But as the guy who felt your bum, I felt it was quite nice.
Right, let's go on to the next photo. This one.
Oh mate, oh fuck. Me and Atticus in the summer, me, Atticus and Alex, It was a week before the big weekend, the big music festival. Alex came to me. He was like, "Sam,
Do you want to explain what the big weekend is?
the big weekend is a music festival.
Yeah.
It happens every year. The BBC run it. Loads of at that one there was Billy Eilish, Stormzy, people like that. Yeah, is that the way you say it?
Billie Eilish.
Billy
Well,
Eilish.
literally, they go to different cities. They choose it. It's normally free tickets, but you pay
Everybody
for
knows
a
what the
free.
big weekend is.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Well,
thinking.
anyway, Atticus came to me. It was coming to Middlesbrough, and
Yeah.
that's where else I live. And my mate Atticus, he's a bit nutty. He came to me like, "Sam, mate, me and Atticus hadn't had tickets," and he was like, "He's called Atticus, like what the fuck name is that?"
Fucking Greek
Yeah, I mean,
mythology,
oh,
bro.
mate.
Do you know what I mean?
"Sam, mate, I reckon we can get in," and I was like, "Nah, we can't." But I was like, "All right, I'll just do it anyway. It's funny." So me, him, and Alex came up with a plan. Alex had an apprenticeship, and he was able to print off like some wristbands he made. We'd made lanyards and stuff. I'd nicked off my little brothers, and loads of shit. And we had like fake emails, and we had an inside source for someone who was working at the big weekend to where all the employees were meeting on the morning of the do. So we turned up with these emails and some high-vis jackets, because if you're wearing a high-vis jacket, it's like the fucking... It's godly, mate.
It literally
Nobody
is. You
questions
can go
what you do.
anywhere. You can go
Um,
anywhere. It's been proven so many times.
It actually is. So we turned up on the morning in our high-vis jackets with these emails saying we were work experience, and went up to the tent where all the employees were signing in and getting their wristbands to go in. And we were like, "Oh, we're work experience with our college," but we put our real college on, like, because we're idiots. But the guy was like, "All right, whatever."
Just
He was
let
like,
you
"Show
in."
some ID," and I was like, "Oh," because I was using the name of Gabriel, and then he was like, "Oh, show some ID." Don't have any, mate. I forgot it. He was like, "Oh, can you just show us some social media, like just to prove you are who you are?" So I was like, "Oh yeah, 2 seconds." So I just got up Instagram, on the spot changed my name to Gabriel, and then showed him it, and he was like, "Oh, there you go. Give us a health and safety wristband." And then the wristbands to actually get into the place were to walk up to this the thing, and this other tent that was set up, and showed the emails we had, and the lass was having none of it. We were there like, "Oh mate, we're meant to be in there. You've got to mix up." Then we had the head of the organisation that organised the big weekend come and meet us three, and was like, "I'm just trying to figure out who you three are." But due to bad organisation, like, she was interrogating us, and there was people coming up to us asking us, "Who are you? Who are you? Black?" All this, like, and it was getting pretty serious. But because it was so disorganised, all the employees turned up at once. So she was like torn about in different locations. So she was like, "Wait here, I'm coming back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna figure out who you are." So she went off, and we were like, "Let's just go." You know what I mean? So we went back to the car, but we had a plan B. Alex, he'd made these fake wristbands, but they'd got that luminous paper.
Yeah.
You've got your green,
Yeah, I remember,
highlight
yeah.
paper kind of thing. He'd printed off loads of wristbands in those colours, and from looking around, we knew what colour the wristbands were. They were green and orange. There was two, green and orange.
So it worked out.
So we put them wristbands on and went to the main entrance, and this was the most tense part of the trip, because I saw some mates there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." And I was walking, and I saw some lasses on you, and there was like security everywhere, right? And they went, "Oh," because everybody knew we were going to try and break in. And these lasses, right, just pure, proper hyperactive, saw us there in our high-vis jackets, our fake wristbands, just shouted, "Oh look, they're trying to break in!" I was like, "What are you doing?" Everyone was looking. So, and there was so many people that were like, "Nah, fuck this." So we went to the disabled entrance and just lighted about, and we were like, there's only one way we're going to find out. Because it hadn't opened yet, everybody was just queuing to get in. So we were like, there's only one way we're going to find out if we can get in or not, and that's just to try. So we just walked past the security guards, who like opened the gate, and were like, "Oh, they just invited us inside." Like, we walked up to them, and they were like, "Our way in, lads," because they just saw we had the wristbands on, like from a glance. Just let us in. I was walking down the tunnel to get out into the main thing, just like, no no way. There was so many security guards looking at us or just walking down. You just had to be cool. But I was buzzing.
I love that story. The first time you told me, I didn't believe you until you showed me the video. So there's actually a YouTube video of them actually doing this. It's brilliant. It really
ignore
is.
the speech I give. It's proper cringy.
No, that's the best part. In the car when you sit, that was the best part. That was the funniest part. Anyway, the last photo I want to show you that you want you to explain is this one.
Oh, that's my music video shoot. There was a band called the Grizzly. Oh mate, I haven't told you this.
No, you haven't.
So, when I first got my camera, it was the end of year 11. I wanted to get some experience. There was a band that my mate Harry, his parents were friends with, kind of thing, and they wanted a music video doing. So I was like, oh boys, I'll do you a music video like for free, like all this. So that I was sick. They sent me the song, and they sent me. I was like, can I get some footage of the band performing? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Meet us. It was called Backstreet Studio, and they sent me the address. So I loaded all my gear into the car, and we drove to the Backstreet Studio. Anyway, we were going up this road, and then we got to the address, but then it was like there was this big long alley of loads of like Backstreet sheds. It was proper scruffy. And I was like, this can't be the place. I'm gonna get mugged here, mate. So I was looking at all my gear. I had about 10 bags with me. Like I had my lights and my audio equipment. I didn't even need my cameras and shit like that. I was carrying it all down these alleys. But then I got to the address. It was just this door, this shed, right? And I knocked on it, right? I was like, what the fuck? Like what the hell? And this guy, the door opened, and this guy with 2 teeth wearing a bandana answered it. He was like, "What do you want?" You know, anything like that. I was like, "Is this Backstreet?" "Is this Backstreet Studio, mate?" And he was like, he looked at me, he looked at my bags, he saw my camera, he was like, "Oh yeah, it is. Come in." I was like, I didn't even think. I just walked in, and then he shut the door, right, and then locked about like 50 locks. I was like, it was pitch black. I was like, oh fuck, Sam, what have you done? You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get raped. Blah. You know, everything was going through my head. Stank of green. Anyway, I walked around this curtain, and Gary was waiting for me, the band leader, and I was like, whew. You know what I mean? It was actually quite smart in there, but like for that second, it was probably the second scariest moment of my life.
What was the first?
The first. So, big slides. I was on holiday and there was this big slide tower.
Oh, I fucking love this story. I love this story.
There was this
I
big...
wrote about this story actually. I actually wrote about this story. So you go on, just say it.
There was this big tower of slides, and the biggest one on there was this. It was a closed tube one, and it was blue and white. And it went for ages, and so I was like, mate, I'm going on that one. So me and my twin Ethan, we walked all the way up to the top of the tower. It was in Turkey, and then the lifeguard. So when we got to the top, everybody was stood around like waiting to go on, and it was my turn to go on. I was like, I want to go on that slide, please. And the lifeguard was like, he said something to me he said something to me in English, but I couldn't understand it. So I was like, what? And then somebody on the stairs behind me. I was all the way at the top. Someone on the stairs behind me like fell over or something. So the lifeguard was like, whoa, what's going on? And like rushed past me. At this moment, I was looking at the opportunity to go on the slide, and I looked at Ethan, and he went, like he didn't know what to do. So I was like, I'm just gonna go on the slide. Like I got on the slide, and and it was pitch black on the inside with like the odd red light every now and then. So I was going, and you know when you get stuck in and you've got to push yourself. So I was pushing myself along like, what is this? And I knew this slide went on for ages. And then I was thinking in the slide back to what the lifeguard said to me, and he said, no float, no slide. And I didn't have a float with me, obviously, but I was like, oh shit, I didn't have a float. That was what he meant. That was why everybody else had floats. And then at that moment, I heard back down the slide, you know, the sound of rubber on plastic like adjusting because somebody was about to come down in a big float. I was like, oh shit. I was in the middle of the slide. Obviously, Ethan didn't say anything. He just went back down. The lifeguard has no clue I'm in the slide. He doesn't have the faintest idea. So I'm there like, oh mate, I'm gonna die. I'm fucking pushing, like just in my lip. I was at one point, I was crawling through the slide. Like just, oh mate, I was so scared. And I could hear these people going, woo! Like their speed was mad. And I was like this, and because the slide was so long, it was just this endless black tunnel. I was like, this is it. This is the end.
That's it.
And then I got around the corner and I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And then, you know, in a movie, like, you know, a film where you just make it. I got out to this side, leaped over, right? This, not one man, 2-man float with 2 big fatties in it. Boom! Straight out the other side like a bullet, mate. If I was still in the slide, my back would have been shattered. If I didn't die, I would have been like paralysed for the rest of my life. And that was the scariest moment of my life. I was so scared in that slide, mate.
Brilliant. That's a good story. Like I said, I've already wrote about this story. I know. The first week we met each other, that was the first thing I wrote about. You remember it was like an exercise we did. We had to write an article about each other, and that was the story you told me. And that's the story I wrote about.
I had to do
it with the lift, yeah. Fuck it. I remember that shit. Right. Thank you very much for being the first guest.
Oh, sick.
I'm all fucking pissed. That's all the questions. That's everything. Thank you everyone for watching to the end. That's it, man. That's it. Thank you very much, man.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much. I'm fucking gone, man. You've been sick. Yeah, applause, man. Applause, yeah.
I've got all red now.
No, literally. So this has been the first episode of Short Ones. I hope you enjoyed.
Subscribe to Samuel BURT on YouTube.
Literally, subscribe to Samuel BURT. He makes some fucking.
I need to give you a shout out.
He makes no. To be fair, he makes some fucking.
Us a shout out. You know what I mean?
He makes some brilliant fucking Lego animation. Honestly, I've watched it. It's best fucking thing. Mate, thank you very much. Thank you very much again. Right.
You need to get some light weights.
I actually do. I'm fucked.
I'm gonna interview you. I'm interviewing Ethan. It's gonna be funny this time.
I'm gonna be fucked.
Next time it's gonna be funny. Get ready for it.
Right. Thank you very much. And yeah, goodbye.
Bye.
And that's it. Right. Cut. Right.
That was alright.
That was sick. That was sick. I really enjoyed that. I'm pissed though. I'm fucking pissed.
Should go to see you.
Right.
What's going on? Good on.
Right. I den. Alright. Let's stop all the. Fuck, I can't move. Let's stop all the cameras. How do you stop the